going to Dashi Station. It just isn't fair. Dashi Station. I'm never gonna get out of here. I was going to Dashi Station. On the line. Dashi Station. I pick up some power converters.
Roundhead Rian Johnson once again makes another tweet. A tweet to once again make fun of and belittle the fans, making them feel like nothing more than wasted garbage in the garbage bin. Thank you, Rian Johnson. In response to a fellow fan who was saying that if you were building up a super villain, such as the Night King from Game of Thrones or Snoke from The Last Jedi, that you should have a payoff where you basically tell them who they are, what are their motivations, what are their goals, you know, typical writing 101 type shit. Things that you can find on the internet and on YouTube for how to write a basic story. And they say, oh, well, you need to set up some characters and motivations and the reasons why they're going to do what they want to do and what they want to do. Apparently to Rian Johnson, he thinks it's a joke. Why? Well, we all know Rian Johnson has the brain of a 10-year-old and thinks that everything's just a joke. Everything's just a joke. The man with the maturity of a preteen is over here acting like a freaking idiot. So let me read you his text. Now, this first part, this whole thing, by the way, is absolutely stupid. Okay, so he first says, yes, absolutely, I would agree that you should not kill off a villain without explaining their Madik. What's Madik? Madik. What is he talking about? His dick? Are you talking about your dick, Rian Johnson? We don't want to. You don't got a Johnson, that's for sure. We know. You definitely don't got the balls. They're not round. Not as round as your head, that's for sure. So basically, also demeaning in this whole thing is the fact that Rian Johnson's saying he is on the same creative level as George Lucas. This is what he's saying. He's comparing himself to the master. Rian Johnson, you could not even be able to imagine holding up a pinky to George Lucas. Okay? Let's just get that down, alright? Number 2, your whole premise of your argument is completely fucked. Okay, let's just be honest with that. The reason being is because if you had an iota of logic, reason, and understanding within your little teeny tiny little round head, you'd be able to understand that Star Wars at that time and place was in a completely different place than it is now. The universe was not as large, things were not as explained, it was a basic simple story for a 3-movie trilogy arc. It was simple, because you don't want to go into a brand new property and just immediately start telling people the history of the entire universe. Duh. But now that Star Wars has been around for so long, and the lore is built, and the history is built, and the characters built, and every single character has a huge-ass explanation for everything for what they do and their history behind it all. There are books, there are movies, there are video games, there are TV shows. Come on, Rian Johnson, grow the F up. Just be a man for once in your life and say, yeah, you're right, I kind of messed that up. You're right, but, you know, nothing we can do about it now. Sorry about that. But you can't do it. You know why? Because if you did not have this infamous power, this infamous aura around you, where the entire fan base hates you, what would you have? Nothing. You're an insignificant waste of a human being. No one would remember you. Even your wife probably wakes up in the morning and goes, oh yeah, I'm married to him. Ugh. I thought that was just a nightmare. She probably thinks that, honestly, which is sad. I don't want your wife thinking that. Maybe if you grew a couple pair of balls and, you know, wasn't so much of a dick, you might be able to have a nice, loving, lasting relationship with people. I'm not saying with your wife. I'm just saying, like, with people in general. Like, maybe people could just all be happy around you. Because your laugh? Literally, that's what he sounds like when he laughs. He sounds like the Wicked Witch of the West if it was a man. As if the Wicked Witch of the West from the Wizard of Oz had a sex change. It would be Rian Johnson, basically. You're not funny, okay? You're a freaking idiot, that's what you are, okay? You made freaking Mark Hamill cry on set. Any man who makes Mark Hamill cry on set, there's nothing more than to never be able to work on a Star Wars film. Just saying. It's just logic, reason, noble understanding. Anyways, how did we get into this mess? How did we get into this mess? Just how?
Rise and shine, bitch! We're going to Disneyland!
In the charging station to pick up some power converters.
You can waste time with your friends when your chores are done. Come on.
Well, I was going in the charging station to pick up some power converters.
Luke, on the way.